Welcome to How Ines Rolls. Today I'm making some party food. Well, we're going over to the Phillips, but I wanted to try something new, and so I will get started very soon. So yesterday I went to the store and I just bought a baguette. Now the baguettes are the longer, skinnier ones. I like to use French bread a lot of times, but for this recipe, long and skinny, because what we're gonna do is cut it into portions and stuff chicken inside it. Don't worry, the chicken's gonna be cooked. So I'm gonna get going on that in a little while, but I wanted to show you what we're doing today. A lot of cleaning up still, because once you do something, then it's like a ripple effect and everything needs to get kind of put away little by little. So I'm gonna show you what my son decided to do upstairs. So he decided to paint. So he has a focus wall. You can see that the color beneath it is that like a vanilla color. And he decided he wanted a focus wall. And then he's gonna do the other 3 walls in like a grayish color. And so far, this first coat looks really good. It's coming along nicely. It does take a couple coats because it is a darker color. So, but it's a nice color. I was just prepping some bowls. So in one bowl, it's just gonna have a little flour, just another one with a little bit of egg, and then some ready-made breadcrumbs. And so all I've done is taken a few chicken breasts and let them thaw out. And I'm just going to slice them nice and thin, so to say. I'll show you really quick, and I'll bring you up closer. But I wanna like trim it out a little bit first. Okay, so all I'm gonna do now is just slice it on the thinner side. So it'll be a bunch of little ones. So not too thick because I'm gonna just make them, I'm gonna fry these up. So I want them to cook fairly quickly. That's about okay. So you can see it's almost like a nice, almost like a fillet of sorts. So it's like a thickness, just like that. So what I'm gonna do now is put them in the bowls. I'll show you. So it's such an easy process. You're just going to, I added a little bit of salt and pepper into the flour, just kind of sprinkled it through, mixed it up with a little spoon. So I'm just gonna dry dip and then egg it and then use the breadcrumbs on here. Now if you're like anti-touching it, I totally understand. So just, you can use forks. I actually have a couple extra ones here. But then I just realized it's just so much faster to just get my hands in it. So just very, very easy. And I'm gonna have a whole plate ready to fry. Ooh, don't my fingers look yummy? So I'm just getting my pan nice and hot and the oil nice and hot before I put in the chicken strips, but I wanted to show you no nails. I took them off because last night we were doing some like moving things around and one just kind of popped off on the side. So I thought it was time because I knew I was making this chicken dish also. So I didn't want to have, you know, ickies under my fingernails, which was the last time I had fingernails, which I had done some like glue ones that like totally ripped off my nails, and these ones did not at all. So totally happy with them and highly suggest those Impress ones. So these will go, and in fact when I'm done with here, I'm gonna put on a new set. So let me get my fork and then get ready to go. Now I'm probably going to have some leftovers with some of these chicken nugget strips things that my oldest son said he'd be happy to help me with. These are looking mighty fine. And so I'm just gonna get them on that paper plate or the plate with the paper towels on it just to rest until we move on to the next part. So you're just frying up chicken strips, resting them until you get them to the next point. They are perfect. Yum. So I'm just going to go on, let them rest, cool down for a minute, and get the next step going. While everything is just kind of waiting for me to put them together, I thought I would just get on the butter mix. So it's just 1/3 cup of butter. Now, I will have the recipe card at the end. It's gonna be very loosely written because I'm just kind of remembering the steps that I've done, and I hope it just helps you to remember. So I'm gonna add some garlic and some Parmesan. Now, it's not gonna be perfect. I'm just gonna give, you know, maybe like a teaspoon-ish and 1 packet. I normally have like Parmesan grated, and so this one is like the powdery one, so might as well use it. And look, new nails. They took me like, oh, just a few minutes. They're kind of fun to have. So I'm just gonna mix that in, and I have like a little, you know, like a little paintbrush of sorts. So that'll go on top, and I'll show you how I'm gonna put it together. So I need to cut this down, but when I saw it before in the other recipe from BuzzFeed, that it looks like they quartered it, but I'm gonna make them smaller because I'm gonna use my largest chicken strip and go by that, which is about my fingertips. So I'm just kind of measuring, and hopefully I won't cut my fingers off. I'm just kidding, I won't. So I'm just gonna cut these down. So I'm thinking their baguettes were a bit smaller. Mine is good sized. Okay, so after we cut them through, we're just gonna hollow it out. Pretty easy. And I'll work on that a little bit more. All right, so I put 2 mozzarella slices together, and I'm just taking the chicken strip and just kind of wrapping it up. So you see what's gonna happen here? It's gonna be extra cheesy in the roll. Let's hope I hollowed it out enough. They make it look so easy when they're trying to film them. Here, let me re-roll this. Make it nice and tight, guys. There we go. All right, I did my best, but it just popped open on the seam. And if that happens, come on, it's gonna still taste delicious. So this is gonna go, I'm gonna slice this up. We're gonna put it on a foil pan. So just about 3 slices. And I'll get a cutting board for that. But they should be coming apart. Ta-da, pretty easy. So you can see that's gonna melt down nice and delicious. So, put that so I have all of them rolled up, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 18 different little sandwiches. So I'm super excited about that. And so I have my butter mixture with all of that yummy flavor of garlic and Parmesan, and I'm just gonna brush it on top. So after that, I am going to just put this in the oven. I'm gonna put more foil on top, and I'm going to cook it for about 15-20 minutes at 350, and it is gonna be delicious. Now, it also said you could put parsley in it, but I didn't have any, so it's just butter and Parm for us today. So I'm gonna try to get into those cracks, give it a good covering. I just pulled these out of the oven. They smell so good. But what I think I'm gonna do is I might put them back just to get a little crisp on the top. Let me see. Oh no, they have a nice little crisp. Okay, so I'm just gonna plate them and get them ready to go. These look and smell delicious. So I've already had it. Oh, I see Ezra. Hi, Ezra. Hi. I had a sample of the chicken strip already. It was really good. And the sauce is just jar sauce. So I made it very easy for myself. And this is perfect. I can't wait to try it. And I think I gave some to my son. Do you like them, Kobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, they turned out pretty good. So Thanks for stopping by my channel and stick around. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next.